unfortunately, I tried to put new batteries into my torch and it gave me an electric shock burn. So that's been thrown in the bin. And instead today we're going to do some crochet as much as I can with a sore finger. I've got my glass of ice water here. And I've also got a coffee. Well, it's decaf because it's 10:30 PM, but a nice hot drink for me. But today we're going to spend some time working on my latest crochet project. Let me get the water off my hand. I'm making a button-up style hexagon shirt, granny hexagon shirt. So I've got two pieces. I've got this one and then this one here, which I'm working on currently to get it up to this size. It's a scrap project, which is why there's no real pattern, you know, to the colours. I'm just trying to use the colours that I've got lots of in my yarn collection in kind of whatever order feels right in the moment. So I started with this one that I've got here, and I've just been, based on how much yarn I have left after each row, mirroring it with this one. I'm just catching up on a few rows here, but you can see this one here. We've got forest green, kind of like a greyish, bit of what I'll call khaki, forest green again, kind of a creamy tan, dark brown, khaki again, sage, which is one of my favourite yarn colours. This colour is called latte, which I think is fabulous, and then forest green. Now this isn't finished, I'm just kind of doing like 4 rows on this, 4 rows on that to keep it interesting for me. But you may think this is not going to turn into a shirt, but alas, see the vision. Look at that, suddenly we have half a shirt when you fold it in half. So it looks like it's going to be a bit long on me, but that's okay, it'll still be cool. Maybe it'll turn into like a long sleeve situation. But I thought that the ambient sounds of hanging out together and crocheting might be quite nice to spend some time with in the spirit of this lo-fi ASMR channel. So I'll just do this for a few minutes. I'm starting work quite early in the morning, so I don't want to be up too late, but I did still want to film tonight. There's a festival happening in my city tomorrow, quite close to my house, so I wanted to pre-film tonight so that I would have a video to upload tomorrow, when I won't be able to film one and upload it on the same day because my poorly insulated house, you'll be able to hear the whole festival. I'll be able to hear Charlie XCX performing for free. Oh, the thud and jingle you just heard is Miss Bug jumping off of her very, very tall cat tree that she got for Christmas. Bug's piece of bug lore is that she likes to be quite high. Most cats like to be quite high. But when we moved to this place a few months ago, we had a couch, quite a budget couch, a Kmart couch that we got second hand. And my partner and one of his friends, you know, they're both quite tall, strong men. And they were both sitting on this couch and the legs just collapsed under it, snapped. And we got a new couch, and the old couch we flipped it up on its side and just popped it in the corner of our kind of dining area. And we were like, okay, we'll just, you know, we'll take it into the garage tomorrow. And Bug decided that it was her absolute favourite spot in the whole entire universe to sit. And so we didn't move it for months because we felt too bad because she was sleeping up there for hours at a time. She was watching us cook, watching us clean, watching us walk around. was a bit worried she would miss the couch, but alas, she's a cat. She forgot about the couch pretty quickly. She just needs anywhere to be up high. Doesn't really care what it is. So, long story short, that's why there was such a thud when she hit the ground. She was coming from quite high up. My crochet journey, like I'm sure many people in my demographic and just generally, my crochet journey began in the pandemic, during the pandemic. I taught myself how to crochet in a lockdown, one of the many lockdowns that my country and my city has been in. That was too many stitches. Whoops, I lost count. I knew how to knit. My mum and my grandmother taught me how to knit at a young age, but crochet was kind of becoming quite trendy. And so I taught myself how to crochet, watching YouTube tutorials, and that was nearly 5 years ago now. And I've just loved it ever since. I go through phases where I don't do it much. Oh, if there's a rattling noise in the background, I apologise. It's Bug playing with a toy. I have to let her entertain herself, Yeah, that's how I kind of got into crocheting, and I like it much more than knitting. I don't know why. I just find this motion a lot easier. I've crocheted lots of different things over the years. This is one of my... this is the first garment I've attempted in quite a while, apart from like scarves, because I find it quite hard getting garments to come out the size you pictured in your head. And I imagine that's probably an obstacle I could overcome, but I have been choosing not to and just doing other things instead, amigurumis and mostly blankets. I did a temperature blanket back in 2023. I made a granny square blanket with some scrap yarn that's now actually needs mending because one of the squares is falling apart for some bloody reason. But yes, this is my first garment that I've attempted in quite some time, and I feel quite confident about this, mostly because I like my clothes, especially my kind of button up or like over shirts, to be oversized. So if I screw up the size, it's not the end of the world. I can always make it bigger, and I'll still like it if it's too big. I mean, I'm certainly not a men's 3XL, but I recently bought a men's 3XL shirt from Kmart for myself, and I absolutely love how it fits. This girl is going to be causing a bit of a racket. I hope it's not too distracting. We'll just do one more row, or one more round, while I sit here with you. Miss Bug. Like many white women in their 20s, I am fairly convinced that I actually birthed my cat from myself, carried her to term for 9 months, and then gave birth to her myself. She's my, she's my little buddy, she's my little soulmate. My partner and I, she's been in our lives for nearly 3 years now. We got her when she was just a 10-week-old kitten. Unfortunately, her mum had been hit by a car, and the person who I adopted her from found her mum and her 2 bad sisters and her hanging around their mum's body, and took them home. Luckily, the person who found them was a vet nurse, so very, very convenient for the little girls. She had 2 sisters. Well, they're still alive, I presume. She has 2 sisters. And a friend of mine was friends with the vet nurse and knew that I was thinking about getting a cat and asked me if I wanted to adopt one. She said, there's one left. Sent me some pictures. I was like, this feels a bit like, not fated, but just It's not really, but it's kind of perceived that way in our culture and in the way we joke around. So when I talk to people about my cat, you know, I say, oh, she's from the streets of Hamilton. She's got Hamilton street smarts. But we travelled down to Hamilton. It was about holiday time, I think it was Easter. And met her for the first time, and my partner picked her up and gave her to me, and she immediately climbed up on here, gave me a little sniff on the chin, and then fell asleep on my chest. And yeah, we fell in love with each other that day. And she's been with me ever since. She is, honestly, she's just asleep on the floor behind me now. She's a really, really fantastic personality. She's extreme. I mean, from our first meeting, I knew how friendly she was going to be. She's extremely friendly. She's extremely cuddly and affectionate. I don't think she ever really learned how to meow, so her meow kind of just sounds like a little chirp. She's almost too friendly sometimes. She's gotten in fights with neighbourhood cats from time to time because I think she gets up in their space because she just wants to be friends. And our old home that we were living in, she was getting quite fat, and I wasn't really sure why, because I wasn't changing her diet, and I realised that it was because, well, one day she came home and we were having a nice cuddle, and I realised her breath smelled like fish. And I was like, girl, I don't feed you fish, I feed you chicken. I feed you chicken flavoured food, why do you smell like fish? And I realised she'd probably been scrounging food from the neighbours, which was why she was getting quite fat. But took her to the vet said she could lose weight, but she doesn't have to, which felt good. And since we moved to our new place, she has actually lost weight, and she's looking a lot healthier, so that's awesome. I think she's going to have a big primordial pouch for the rest of her life. I think that's just how she is. But it does, her pouch, even though she's lost a bit of weight, her pouch does make her look quite pear-shaped. She's lovely. Not really scratchy, not really, in fact, almost never bitey, almost never scratchy, really even-tempered. Still quite kitteny, even though she's nearly 3. Hangs around me like a puppy. My little pup. Yeah, I just love her. I'm obsessed with her. I could talk about her all day. Tell stories about her all day. But I won't. I'm going to actually try and do a row in silence once I've done this corner. In case ambient bloody car noises on the street and ambient crochet sounds are anyone's jam. And possibly the soft background noise of my partner on Discord with his mate at the moment. Who knows what they're playing? I don't. Alright, I can be silent for a row. I can. is pretty much an exact copy of how we cuddled the first time I met her. Except she's now way bigger. Because she's no longer 10 weeks, she's 3 years. Hi. Are you good? Do you want to say hi? Yeah, good. Wow, good girl. You're so photogenic. Do you want to sit down? Yeah. I'm trying to I'm in the middle of something, I'm afraid. Can we just... Thanks. Oh, okay. 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 Trying to get cozy, aren't we? Can we just get the claw out of my jumper, maybe? That might be nice. Oh, you're so heavy. You're a big heavy girl, aren't you?